James told me.
Yeah, you see, single media, I'm afraid.
So it just goes to show. Oh, well, there you go. So I would like to welcome you all to this special place on this blessed day to celebrate the life together of Maria and of James. Maria and James have now been together for more than 9 years. This, in Maria's eyes, has been an eternity, and for James surely only a few months. But that might be due to Maria's lack of long-term memory and perception of time, and James's precise knowledge of reality and facts. On their behalf, I would like to thank every single one of you for your physical and spiritual presence. And as both of them no longer have parents in this world, let us take a moment to thank their parents for their lives. Without them, surely, the world would have been less colourful. We would like to be thinking of Maria's lacking of his silliness.
Yes, as you can see.
Maria's always full of beans and very lively. Has a loud voice, as we may have witnessed. And her wise words of James, mature knowledge and calm and loving nature. They make a perfect couple, I'm sure you would agree. For most of you, who know them better than I, it would not come as a surprise when I tell you that this day has come with a lot of willingness on James's behalf and some resistance on Maria's side. But never for sure from any lack of mutual love, adoration, disbelief or puzzlement, and the fact that Maria has been wanting to have a super party.
Later.
So everyone watch the following spaces. So on this day, may we all come together as one and wish Maria and James love, peace, health, wealth, laughter and many, many more years growing together as a couple and as individuals. May we all be blessed with the opportunity to see it and be part of this union now and always. Maria and James's request this special day because back in Portugal today, the 13th of June, is St Anthony's Day, and Lisbon is in party mood, and it is Maria's favourite date of the year after Christmas. It is also a popular day for weddings. They even have the brides of St Anthony, meaning many couples choose to marry on this day in his church at almost the same time. Apparently, they now get the wedding for free too. Oh, aren't they lucky? A great help knowing the cost of this, as we know. But Maria never wished to do that. She has instead a strong connection with this place, in her childhood and always in her heart. She knew she would want to marry on this day. As she always knew she would want to have lilies in her bouquet in honour of her beloved grandmother Isabel. Family and friends mean a lot, and some have become so close that they are like family who support and guide each other in times of need. You are all travellers of the earth, supporting Maria and James and each other, and are moving forward in the process of gaining compassion and love for what you have done. This is a verse next that I'm going to read to you, which I had written for them. From the stars up in the sky, one shines so bright, the one that shows the love, supporting the union of two. The one star is joined by others, as love shines bright from mums and dads. The union as two families join as one, and the cluster becomes the light of all life. For Maria and James, the stars still shine, flickering behind the clouds and the brightest of skies. The sun shines to give you beauty. The moon beams to show you the way. The night sky illumes to give comfort. Together they help you celebrate. Now Maria and James have promises for each other. So I now invite Maria and James to say what they wish to say to each other, to be witnessed by all of us here present. So firstly, Maria.
Yes.
Okay, you can stand,
Yes,
you're my
I
darling.
have to stand and I can read so you guys can hear it.
Use your voice.
That's it now.
3,412 days ago, we met. That's a big number.
You have time to count them?
I know, it took me a while. You can Google it.
Okay.
And I knew when I would never be the same person. And I was so right. I am not. I believe I am a better version of me. And surely I owe it to you. Okay? Go away. And if we add this number of days, we come to the number 1, the single number from what all numbers come from. I like numerology, I'm afraid. The number that stands for beginnings and pride. And that is exactly how I see today. This is for me and us the beginning of a new chapter of our lives. And I stand here as one with pride. And we have come all this way, and that we here together, naming in front of all of you, our lovely friends and family. And at least for me, also my spiritual friends, our love. I do love you. You. As much as I can hate you, in equal measures. But then, as you know, for me, they're not separate. For they both the same, as light and darkness is. And had I not hate you as I do, sometimes, I would never know what is to love you. From the day we chat online for hours and made so many connections, and the evening I set eyes on you and find you so handsome, I know even with my horrible long time memory, I remember that. Or maybe I made it all up, don't know, to explain to myself why I am with you. But whatever the reason, we are here, and I do remember knowing that over the 9 years ago, exactly what I still know now. I might want to run away. I might wish I wasn't here, but I also know there is nowhere to run to, because there is nowhere, no one else I would prefer to be. I will not promise you anything, for promises only exist so they can be broken. And people get hurt and disappointed. So I will not do that, but instead I will thank you and I will make you my wishes. I thank you for your love and acceptance. Until I met you, I did not know I could be loved like you do. And I never ever felt this accepted, not even by myself. I wish for us to continue to love, grow and challenge each other as we have, for only like that we can become the everything we can be. I thank you for our support, for being there, for being my greatest friend and companion. I can only wish I can be the same for you now and always. Thank you for knowing me as well. I never felt more exposed, dressed and undressed as I felt with you, it's true. Then been only my biggest challenge, and that reason I call you not my soulmate, but my soul queen. I wish us to drop our fears and embrace more our intimate selves, and I thank you for being you and driving me nuts almost every day with your forgetfulness, blindness, silliness, wetness, and most of all, for making me laugh and contribute to the growth of my extended number of white hairs. The truth is, I have to thank you, because only you, being like this, can I continue expressing my laughing loud voice on someone. I wish for a bigger house where we can have your own bath, sauna and dishwasher. And on this note, I end this by saying I am very proud to become your wife. Just sorry that I'm not giving up on my name. I'm now an author, remember that? I adore you. Thank you for being there.
Defend yourself, James.
My apologies in advance. I've got about 4 times as much to say as Maria.
We're never gonna have any drinks today. Let's sit down.
My darling Maria, when we first met, I felt as if I was always running to keep up with you. Nobody had ever made me feel slow before. 10 years later, I'm still puffing along behind, only now I'm running along behind Bobby as well. Bobby is okay. So, don't slow down. Please don't ever slow down. Nothing is so enchanting as the way you are so quick and curious, always taking on new challenges, cake baking, cake decorating, floristry, no end of new challenges just this week alone, and mastering them with such amazing accomplishment. Don't stop being the sabia who can be so wise I'm left speechless. Don't stop being the payasa who reduces us to tears and laughter. And don't stop being the brusha who works in the invisible world with the same accomplishment she
That's
has in the
speech for you,
visible.
by the way.
I love all the ways you show your ever-surprising self. Don't stop making up new words where English doesn't provide what you need. Don't stop keeping things from being put where they're not. And don't stop being so fiercely honest and insisting on naming what needs to be named. I once asked you what were the 3 things that most annoyed you about me. I think you've already listed them. And the 3 things you like the most. Don't go away. You said that what most annoyed you was when I say, I will, I'm going to, I'm doing it, and then it never gets done. Almost never. So I'm not going to say I'm going to, but I will try and speak less and do more. Focus more on actions and less on words. You said you disliked my saying yes but meaning no, and then forgetting because I didn't really agree with what I said yes to start with. So I will try and learn from your example and only say yes when I mean yes and no when I mean no. You said you disliked my invisibility, how I almost apologized for existing. But hopefully all of that has changed, and you give me an endless succession of reasons for being happy for existing every day. You said that what you loved most was the way I loved and accepted you, and I always will. It's not a vow or a promise, but simply an inescapable fact and a part of who I am. You said you loved my intelligence. The way you put it was, how capable you are. Well, in certain areas. Your knowledge and understanding of so many things in your spirituality. I put them together because I think they both come from seeking understanding of the outside and inside world of yourself. And I will always try and be that person. You said you loved my free, well, I'm taking too long, I'm sorry. You said you loved my free spirit, my willingness to try new things, to be open-minded and always joyful and also so appreciative and humbled with the simple, beautiful things of daily life. Well, this is definitely a new thing, and I could hardly be more appreciative and humbled and surprised that this wise, beautiful and astonishingly capable woman standing in front of me is really saying yes I do to this oblivious silly man. Very soon after we first met, I told you you were like a beautiful bird who had come to grace my garden, perching on a branch and lifting my heart with your song. I said that what made that such a precious and beautiful thing was you'd chosen to come and be there, and you were free to fly away whenever you wished. Recently, however, you pointed out that while that all sounded very nice, in reality we weren't free.